Hey guys, I'm making this video with the intention of opening up and just letting you know how much of an impact everything you guys do matters. These comments that you leave, I know it may seem small or insignificant, but by interacting in that manner physically and putting your thoughts or your truths and just your authenticity out there, your vulnerability to put yourself out there on social media, and it reinforces the message that's coming through each video. And I want to let you know how much, I mean, this is a huge impact it makes on me personally. And I can only imagine, the others who come after you that are able to read your comments. They're not expected, they're not required, but again, just really deep diving into how everything we do matters. There's no insignificance at any moment in our lives other than us allowing it to be insignificant. The energies, guys, the energies are just so profound. They're building, they're building, they're building. I can feel it. And I don't have this YouTube channel for followers, for status, to build my ego, for anything other than to connect and encourage and inspire and be an example of what it is to be authentic and courageous in that authenticity. And just know how much you guys are appreciated. When I say you're seen, when I say you're worthy, when I say you're loved, it can be a very hard thing to grasp as a stranger, especially when we've been huddled down, in our own little corners of the world, in these houses and with these walls we've built up, and we've created this safe space, right, for ourselves. So reaching out through these videos, especially videos like mine, where, I mean, they're very controversial. And the reason for the controversy is because truth is not acceptable or invited or wanted in these dark spaces. And these systems of control imbued us with these programs at a young age, and not even including through our lineage and our DNA and our ancestors and everything else, and then through the cultural and social landscapes they've created, to stay quiet and police ourselves and know better than to speak out, for fear of reprisal and punishment by these false systems of control. That really, once we take these steps of courage and do these little things, like if we're being led, and that's the only time you should leave a comment, is if you're being led. And by being led, like your spirit says, hey, this just pops in your head and you're like, I gotta type it, and then you think, oh man, I can't, what am I thinking? I can't do that, just shut up. And by taking that step and physically breaking that chain that's trying to prevent you. By taking that step, you have now rippled out. And I know it may seem small. I know it may seem insignificant, but it ripples out. It ripples out, guys. And so when I say you are worthy, you are seen, you are loved, you are powerful beyond measure, I mean it with every ounce of me. Every ounce of body, mind, and soul. I mean it from the deepest depths of who I am. And again, I just want to encourage you guys, when that comes, when you're being led to take these steps, and this doesn't just apply to leaving comments on these videos, but to everything you do in your life, every area, every aspect. Just build that trust within yourself. Become that unshakable foundation, that inner child that was beaten down and abused and traumatized and learned how to hide. That doesn't have to be anymore. We can live on this earth now, in the present moment, embodying and embracing who we are. And by doing so and taking these steps and listening to Spirit and allowing ourselves to be guided by this greater force, that's trying to break through the walls of this ego, we are literally living out and allowing this deep, intimate connection that we share, even though we're spread out all over the globe, all over the beautiful plane, right? The connection's so strong, it's like your presence is felt right here, right now, as if you were sitting beside me on this couch. And for that, I thank you, because I need that. I need that. Making these videos, man, on this food industry and the meat industry, and man, it's very difficult. Very difficult, because when you get to this level of healing, your prior expectations for when you reach this level of healing was you would never have to, address or spend time in or face these current realities of the situation we find ourselves in as humanity. And you want to keep yourself in that high vibration, positive state of being. And it's very hard to do when you break these systems down and how it's affecting every area of life, whether it be plants, animals, humans, the way we interact, the way we think of our relationship together, the way we think of who we are in this world. And the only way I can get through these is knowing that with every example of truth and authenticity that we put out there in the world, it is because of the power that we hold, allowing that power with the full knowing of the ripple effect that it's having, even on one individual's life. Is a gift to be able to experience and live through and live in the present moment. And yeah, as I make these videos, you know, I just have to take it as it comes, because I already have, you know, rough drafts set up for the cattle industry, the fish industry, right? But to even have to sit down and pin out these deep contemplations and have to feel through all of the emotions and the impacts of what this has brought to our state of being as a species. It's it takes, in between of making these videos, it takes energy clearing. I have to clear energy, as I have to clear emotions, I have to reface things, and but it's on a clear level. It's not out of unhinged emotion anymore like it was for me before. It's out of just a deep sense of purpose. And so I appreciate you all being here with me through this and on my journey, and sharing your own journeys, and being that embodiment of change. So thank you guys so much, and I just encourage you to continue to allow yourselves the grace for deep introspection, recognition, and acceptance, and embracing the power that you hold within to change. So thank you guys. I love you, and take care of yourselves, because nobody else will.